Odd Conduit Media.
What's it gonna be?
You are now listening to the
Hyrule Podcasters! Hey there, hookshot sharpshooters. Welcome to another episode of
Hyrule Podcasters.
I'm your co-host, Pat.
And I'm your co-host, Ben.
On this podcast, we play through each game in Nintendo's Zelda franchise.
We are not experts or purists. We just love playing these games and recording ourselves while doing it and piping it straight into your ears.
Directly into your ear
Just
hole.
mainline it right into me, baby. I love it.
That's the sound that it makes. Where we at this week? We just got done with the Spooky Woods, the Skull Woods. I don't think I called it the Skull Woods once last week.
You know, it's hard to remember everything that they call everything in this game. I liked the Spooky Woods. I thought that was a great name for it.
Spooky Woods. That was a cool dungeon. Going inside, going outside.
Absolutely.
We had that bug thing. You had to burn its mouth
Stupid face.
bug and pop up in there. I got flashbacks. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling refreshed.
Cool.
Peek behind the curtains. We're doing 2 episodes in 1 week.
Wow. Yeah, so I don't have any exciting stories. It's only been 24 hours since you last heard from us. Ben loves the peek behind the curtain.
I do. I think I hope that it encourages more people to do things like this because it's difficult, but it's not that hard, and it's fun to know. Like, all right, like you got to record when you got to record, and right now we're recording back to back.
Yeah, I'm going on a trip next week, and I just don't want to have to try to find somewhere quiet, sit down, and do the thing.
Right.
So we're getting it in now.
Yeah. And speaking of getting it in, why don't we get in to this week's episode?
Let's do it.
All right.
I think that we already pulled the face off of the next dungeon. Well, the door off of the next dungeon.
Yeah.
Are we entering that gargoyle from the town that we opened up?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we're pretty much just we're gonna roll right into the next dungeon. So
Sick.
You know, last episode we kind of had some fun running around and realizing we could get none of the things I thought we could get.
Yeah, that was interesting. You definitely planned on getting a bunch of stuff apparently, and you got 0 of them. You just tried to pick up rock after rock that you were not able to pick up.
Yeah, it was kind of one of those things where it was like, oh well, I guess I don't remember this game as well as what I thought, and we need to just get to the dungeon.
Yep. Oh, I see that you're starting over to start from your house?
Yeah, I think that's the best place to start, because that has the quickest
Access to the puddle?
right without having to go through Death Mountain, which is great because I don't want to go through Death Mountain. So I think there may be a more optimized route here. Ooh, let's see if we get the mine again. Oh no, we got a bad guy that time.
Oh, bad guy popping out of a bush. Yeah, I just love the feeling of hitting that reset button on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, you mean like the
It's such
tactical feel of it?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. The way that it slides and popping the cartridge out is also a wonderful.
Oh yeah.
A wonderful feel. I've recorded a bunch of those sounds. I got all my systems with me right now. I should just record all of my systems turning off and on, and
People would
and then maybe the
love
sound,
that.
right? And then I could put it on YouTube for everybody, and then I could record the sound of me breaking all of them on concrete and then burning the house. Whoa. Did I go too far?
too
Is
far.
that not what people want?
People don't want that. People don't want that.
Okay. I'll keep them preserved as I have for however many years. I don't remember getting the Super Nintendo. I know that we talked about this in our first episode of this season, but I've really been struggling to remember the Super Nintendo in its original box. And I just think it's too far gone. Remember how eager you were as a kid to get something out of its box? You're like on the way home and you really want to pull it out.
Absolutely.
And it just won't tell you. Oh, look, the fortune teller's going to give us a fortune right now.
It's the one we actually already got. I was actually just coming in here to get my life filled up before I go into the dungeon.
You know, sometimes you just need a little fortune booty call to get the pirate's booty.
Yeah. Do you actually use the... I'm just trying to think, like, do you use the fire rod? I guess you use it in a dungeon later. But it's kind of one of those things where, like, the hook shot opens up all sorts of stuff in the world.
Right.
Oh, wow. There is a brand new enemy right below me. You see that guy? Look at this guy.
Oh,
like, horse face dude?
Yep. So, this dungeon looks a lot like the castle?
Yes.
Right, where you have upper levels. We got a map! And lower levels. And you immediately walk in and see these creepy soldier things that are shaped like horses' heads. It's like a soldier with a cape.
Yeah.
And I've always thought of these guys as having mohawks.
Oh, I'm with you there. Yes.
Right? They're called Zazaks.
Cool. That's a very cool name.
And, you know, again, I think that they're just like the Dark World version of soldiers. I mean, the
red guy shoots fire at me that I cannot block.
Oh, boy. The red guys shoot fire. I mean, there's a lot of replacements for the knights in the Dark World. This is just simply one of them.
Yeah.
But they're tough. They're tough. So we've encountered the blue and the red so far. So Ben's kind of just like navigating around, running into walls, trying to get a feel for the dungeon so far. Again, it's like there's an upper level and a lower level that you can see. So you're spending on the lower level a lot of time not... Oh, Ben got turned into a rabbit.
I'm now a rabbit, my friends.
You're spending a lot of time not being able to see your character.
Yes.
But the screen moves as you move. And so, you know, you're just like, well, I'm in the middle of the screen. Ben's going to charge into a bomb wall to see if he can break it. Oh, no, he's just going to bomb the bomb wall. Oh, no, he's going to pick it up. Oh, he's going back. A lot of different decisions being made right there.
Well, yeah, I forgot that we could run into them. And then I thought maybe that's what the people wanted to see.
I think that...
And then I realized no one could see, so it didn't matter.
I feel like maybe the ones with the circle around them, the cracks, you can bomb.
The ones that look more cracked, essentially.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I'm still very curious. I feel like you got your fix doing it once.
It felt good.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like it.
All right, so... Yeah, so the beginning here, we can look at the map and we can see it's, you know, four large rooms that kind of have like this, it's, you know, it's essentially just like a navigation puzzle. Just trying to get
you know, which
out of
is
here.
definitely my...
So we need the big
hard
key for that door right there. So we still have another treasure chest to find.
In this section. How's that map looking? How much space have we covered already? Okay, you're gonna go south here, which you haven't done yet.
Yeah, this is the fourth room. So
cool. Yo, I feel like we need to get Mom a Switch. Oh, there's a treasure chest. It's just a compass. I feel like we need to get Mom a Switch for Breath of the Wild 2. She has like completed more of Breath of the Wild than I have at this point. And she almost brought her Wii U to DC with her to visit you.
Yeah, mom visiting right now, and yeah, I think it's one of those things where Breath of the Wild, my hope is, I know they came out with the Switch OLED version.
Yeah.
And my hope is that they will probably be coming out with a second model Switch that you'll be able to play games on. And when that happens, I will buy that version and I will give mine to Mom, assuming it still works.
Yeah, I mean, what would you want out of a second, model of Switch, aside from Bluetooth headphones?
A little bit better processor, so it can play PS4 games, I guess. But if they could play PS4 games and had a Bluetooth, that's all I would need.
Ben's playing like half this dungeon as a bunny.
I know. I keep getting. Here we go. There we go. Okay.
Mickey. We got a Mickey. Yeah, I feel like the Bluetooth thing is big for me. I wish that they could make the Joy-Cons better. I really dislike the Joy-Cons separated from the system, and I've never had a pair of Joy-Cons that don't eventually drift, which is really disappointing to me. Other than like the N64's joystick eventually getting loose, I've never had problems with Nintendo's hardware. And those Joy-Cons are just like baby toys.
Yeah, I wonder if the issue is... Okay, so we got through that... we used our big key to get through that door. And now we're in a long hallway. There's a couple Stalfos in here.
And a locked door to the left, and a closed door to the left. Oh, empty room.
See, this is one of the sneaky things in this game, is that they definitely hide small keys in
unassuming places.
Like right there, I just found one underneath a skull pot.
Yeah, and it really encourages the gamer to pick up every single thing. Like, I don't know if you remember last week, Ben didn't go into every room in the dungeon, which totally freaks me out. You can kill those blobby Gaibos with when they're outside of their cloud.
Yeah, I'm trying to magic fairy dust this anti-fairy and make her into a real fairy.
You
caught a fairy. Keep it
translucent.
Yeah, I wonder if that just happens naturally because of the... Yeah, so what were those... what are these guys called? They kind of have like a heart...
Gaibos. Yeah, so they are a little floating red blob with a little white bright center, and they generally live in a larger brownish reddish cloud. And then the little red blob moves out of the cloud, and the cloud then catches up with it. And the only time that you can strike them is when they're outside of their larger cloud. This is Gargoyle's domain, the dungeon we're in, is the only dungeon that these exist within. They're not anywhere else in the entire game.
So I just took advantage of poor anti-fairy placement by the developers and managed to fully heal myself back up and capture 2 fairies. So we are now in a much better spot because I will admit I was a little nervous.
I know. I was like, he's just going straight into this dungeon. He's not re-upping at all.
All right, so we just had a room where there were 5 spike traps that were behind a blue bollards, and we had to hit that switch because, as you remember from what Patrick told us, there was a crack in the floor. We can't blow it up. Remember what Patrick told us? You always hit the switch when you're when you leave the room, right? All right.
Gotta do it. You gotta hit the switch.
Oh,
like Dr. Dre.
Oh, what are these freaky looking dudes, Matt?
So these are ropes with skulls on their head, like mammals' skulls on their heads. And if you're not familiar, ropes are the snakes in this video game. In this game, they're called stall rope. They take the first part of Stalfos, which are the skeletons, and the word rope, and just jam them together.
So there was a telekinesis tile hidden over here with some of those freaky one-eyed bats. So let's see who's gonna talk to us. Jeez, there's another shape-shifting thing. Rabbit beam.
Rabbit beam. Shables. Oh. Shables, it is me, Zelda. Don't be deceived by the magic of the blind thief. Be careful.
It's okay. We're professionals. We're professionals.
We're professional.
All right, here we go. So let's see what is down this hall.
Can you open that door? Oh yeah, there's a switch right there.
Oh, see how the light's coming in from the outside?
I do see how the light's coming in from the outside. And I see. So now we went down a hallway with some windows, light coming in from the outside. And now we are in a room where there's a treasure chest in the upper right-hand corner, like a sectioned off area in the center of the room, in the center north of the room, with a window and a hole in the ground that is just waiting to be made with a bomb. So that's what Ben just did. They give you bombs.
They give you like the treasure chest with bombs. They give you pots with bombs.
This is what you're supposed to do. The floor is cracked. Put a bomb here. So now, take a look at the map.
Take a look at the map.
We are directly above the empty room that we were just in earlier, which has the nightmare skull in it. So the idea is maybe the nightmare's in there now that there's light on the
so we're
floor.
gonna go check that out. When you get a sec, I'm really interested to know what those green crickets were.
Oh right, the green crickets are called Buzz. And I don't know if that is like the larval, the nascent version of the Buzz Blob.
Oh, that would be interesting.
But that's what they're called. They're like almost like mammal
This is a
insects.
cool room.
So the floor in this room has little treadmills, and they're going all different directions. You got 2 spike traps, some horse guys, and Ben's just leaving in an attempt to not die, I think. But he's going back to finish off these fire mouth horse
Underground
people.
horse people. All right.
Fire mouth horse
So going
people.
down just leads us to, nothing that we can really do. So there's a door going down, and there's a door going to the right. But the door going to the right, okay, it takes us back where the nightmare is. So we'll go check that out here real quick.
These are also only in Gargoyle's domain.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And this is the only game that they're in.
Okay, so we were in this room earlier, and now this room has just a patch of like light in it, but there's no bad guy yet. So we have not solved that yet.
And the Buzz's counterpart are rats.
Oh, that
from the
makes so much
light world.
sense.
Yeah. But again, this is the only dungeon that they're in, and they're not in. Unlike the Gaibo, they do not also appear in A Link Between Worlds. So now Ben's in a room.
So we're just going back to
slicing
where
up some
where we
horse
could've gone
people.
down. So now we're going down.
Going down the stairs. Hey, look at the bottom of these stairs. Oh my gosh. It's our buddy Beetle. He's just chilling in this stairwell. All right, dude. Whoa, what's up? What you got for us this week? Hey, folks. I want to tell you about my buddy Brett's podcast, Skeleton House.
Yeah.
Skeleton House is an audio-only Let's Play podcast where Brett's 2 friends, Jess and Steve, play video games. Then, Brett edits them and adds context to act as your eyeballs. They've gone through Deadly Premonition, Super Mario RPG, and many other short one-off games. Season 3 is almost upon us. It's going to be spooky, so pack an extra pair of jorts. People still wear jorts, right? I know I do. That's Skeleton House. Look them up on your favorite podcast app, or, I don't know, Spotify. Thank you. Oh. Thanks, Beetle.
Always letting us know about awesome podcasts we should be checking out.
Awesome podcast. Suckin' bumpers.
Oh yeah, see, here's a room where you had to
Remember
kill
Suckin'
everybody to open the door. And so this room has a giant... Oh,
you can pick that up. Huh.
I did not think I could pick that up. I know.
Me neither. We're kind of stunned right now that we were able to do that. This room just has a pot in the middle of it and a horse soldier walking around. And this room has a locked door similar to the one that we found Zelda in the very beginning of the game. Oh, and a series of locked doors. Oh, and a nice.
But I have no.
Nice little,
I have no keys, and it just let me unlock all.
Well, we're clearly just picking these locks, or maybe we're getting them out. And this nice little girl. This is wonderful. Oh, thank you very much. You saved my life. Please take me outside.
Right, and we got our key.
Outside. We got a key. Oh, and now she's following us around. I absolutely hate having to travel with somebody in video games.
Really?
Now, in this game, I've learned that if you get hurt, it's not going to screw up the whole thing, but just having to protect somebody drives me crazy. All right, so now we're in a room with a big treasure chest and all these little moles laughing at us. It's time to whack a mole. Oh, and here comes the floor starting to disappear.
You got the Titans. Now you can lift the heaviest stones that were once impossible to budge.
The strength of many men.
All right, and we managed to escape before the room got us. Okay, so
you can pick up the
Well,
really
now
big
I can
ones.
because I have the Titans Mitt, but before I feel like I could have done it because with the Titans Mitt. I'm very confused. Very confused.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Could it possibly be that we're playing an emulator and that they got it wrong?
Maybe, but we almost had it.
Oh.
So that room was real tough. It just had a loop that you were stuck on. And you were just gonna keep going round and round until you killed all of the Bereas. Have I finally...
The little floaty zappy things.
All right. Well, we have beaten every level.
Very.
We've checked out every single room. We still have not found the boss, but Princess Zelda told us to not be deceived by the thief's magic. So I think this is the thief.
So we're living on. We're on the edge of our seats here, and Ben is in the boss's room,
There
and he
we go.
takes the little girl into the light.
To right!
Oh, that's not the noises that a nice little girl makes. Hoop, and it is a floaty demon-looking thing. Oh my gosh, how terrifying! And its head is spinning around, and then its body drops.
So it's shooting lasers at me. It's shooting flames at me.
Oh my gosh, and the body, now there's multiple heads floating around. Ben's doing a pretty good job. Ben's about to run completely
Got
out
it!
of life.
Got it! Got it! Got it! I had a half a heart left. Oh my goodness.
1/2 of one heart left.
Buddy.
Ben makes the kill. Wow. Blind the thief, which Zelda warned us about, is now dead. Good work, Ben.
Shables, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. As the wise men sealed the way to the dark world, the Knights of Hyrule defended them from the attacks of evil monsters. I heard that the Knights of Hyrule were nearly wiped out in that battle. You are perhaps the last one to carry on the bloodline of the Knights. It is ironic that the last one in the line has the potential to become the hero of legend. Surely you can destroy Ganon. Do you understand? You know we do.
I understand, and don't call me Shirley.
May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. We fill up our hearts. We spin around.
Spinny spin. Yep.
And now we can go pick up everything.
Time to collect some stuff.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go rescue this frog person that we couldn't get to earlier. There we go.
Nobody did not change. You're not just an ordinary guy, are you? I used to live in Kakariko Town. I wonder what my partner is doing there without me. I have a request of you. Please take me to my partner. Please. Please.
All right.
You got it. I'll take you there if that's what you want. This little adorable little.
It is a really cute frog.
Frog. It doesn't look like he has frog legs though. So we're going back to where the lumberjacks or the welders were.
Yeah. So there's okay. So maybe we actually go back to the. We take it back to the light room.
You think?
Yeah. Look at that! He just changed.
Oh my goodness. We just saved somebody from the dark world. I wonder if we could do that with everybody.
Oh, happy days are here again! You found my partner! We are very happy now! Drop by here again! At that time, we will temper your sword perfectly!
Thanks, gnome.
And now we got these cute little gnome dwarf people.
Yeah!
Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Alright, well, let's see if we can...
They're both so happy.
Yeah, well, you know, you do nice things, people are happy. Oh, look at them. They're just dinking away.
Yep. Dink.
Hey, you! Welcome! Ask us to do anything! So our choices are temper my sword or just drop by. So temper my sword.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'll give you a big discount! So they're gonna let us do it for 10 roots.
Oh my god, do they understand?
Tempered, eh? Are you sure? Absolutely. All right, no problem. We'll have to keep your sword for a while. All right.
Oh, we have to be swordless.
We are swordless. So, well, whoop, let's go. So we dropped down here earlier. I don't even remember. And we came to this like crazy altar, but couldn't do anything. Now we're gonna do something.
Oh, because we have the potion.
All right.
Oh, and a little bat creature comes out.
Hey, bless you for waking me from my deep dark sleep. Thanks a lot, sir. But now I will get my revenge on you. Get ready for it. Is that okay with you, sir?
And he zaps us with lightning and...
I laugh at your misfortune. Now your magic power will drop by 1/2. Congratulations. Now, do your best, even though I'm sure it won't be enough. Have a nice day. See ya.
Wow. So now, right above our magic meter, it says 1/2, which means everything that, if it would have taken, like, let's say 2 notches to, use the fire rod, it now would only take 1.
Which is a huge favor.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
This guy in Link's Awakening is one of my favorite characters.
Oh, yeah, he pops up a bunch, doesn't he?
Yeah, and you get to, like, choose which, thing you add extra carriage to.
Right. Your sword is tempered up! Now hold it!
This gnome's voices got really high in the past 5
Oh, well,
minutes.
I was having trouble remembering.
That was a deep one.
Great! Your sword is stronger! You can feel the sheer power flowing through your body! Sorry, I tried so hard to remember what voice I
I
used.
totally forgot the voice that you used like 2 minutes ago. That whole you can feel the power surging through your body is giving me flashbacks to Link's Awakening, where every time you pick up a piece of power, it gives you like a 3 dialogue screen explanation of what it does.
And they didn't change that in the remake either. I love how they're like, nope, this is how we designed it.
I mean, at least in the remake, it
Ah.
doesn't make you... So Ben just popped down a bunch of little notches, and now he gets to go underground. And there's a little heart piece
All right.
down here.
That one was pretty straightforward to
Half a
find.
hat. Yeah, so they didn't make you have to scroll through it as much, I think.
I think that's right.
I think that it's just one dialogue box. But still, like, we know what it does. We know what it does.
Well,
we don't
that's
need...
one of the updates they made to Skyward Sword, I heard, is that I remember playing through it, and literally every time you played and got something new, you had to go through the entire, they would be like, this is a green root. Oh, wow, we now kill bad guys in one hit. And they got rid of that because everybody legitimately was very frustrated by it.
Oh my gosh. Really, every time you picked up a green rupee?
Yeah, it was like every time you picked up something, it would tell you what it was. I know, right?
Like, I think the appropriate way to do that is...
Ooh, do you hear that? That's the sword just sounds so deep. It kind of sounds like the opposite of how I changed the gnome's voice to.
Yeah, I think that the appropriate way to do that for these older games was when they told you the first time you played it. After a save, after you start the game.
Yeah,
so,
I like that, because you never know how long it's been since somebody, logged in, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you, expect it, but you only need that explanation once. You don't need to get told what a green rupee is every time.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, I'm excited. I thought that I would get some time in with Simon playing some Skyward Sword last weekend, but I didn't end up doing that at all. What I did end up doing was playing a Mario Kart tournament with 9 people.
That's amazing.
So we did 50cc because there were some amateurs in the group.
Of course.
And we did three groups of 3 because we had 9 people.
Okay.
And we had 2 TVs. Well, we had 3, but we did it on 2. So we all gathered around, and the first 2 groups of 3 played in a 50cc Grand Prix. And then the third group of 3 played. You still can't move that gravestone, huh? And you're baffled.
I am.
Did you try running into it? Did you try dashing into it?
I bet I could have done that earlier.
I bet you could have done that earlier if only I was paying attention instead of telling everybody stories about my incredible...
Oh, wow, this is an easy one. Ah!
Yeah.
This is the magic cape. You are invisible when you wear it. Watch your magic meter. If we don't get that on t-shirts, I'm going to be real disappointed, and so are the fans.
So are the fans. So, 3 groups of 3.
Yep.
The winners move on to the next round, as does the person with the highest score outside of the winners.
Yeah, that's smart.
Because, might as well have 4 people.
Yeah.
And we had the second place group play too, I believe. But
all right, so now we're going to go back to that sign that said if you wear the cape, I'll give you something good.
Oh, right outside of that little cave. And I was neck and neck with Simon. I got first, he got second. I got second, he got first. I got first, he got second. I got second, he got first. It was seriously down to the last possible moment, and we tied up in the 4. You're invisible and nothing's happening. Maybe you have to go into the cave with the cape on.
Okay.
So we had to do a tiebreaker at Rainbow Road.
Oh, shortcuts or no shortcuts allowed?
No shortcuts. This was for Switch.
Oh, gotcha.
This was not
64.
64.
Gotcha.
And man, Rainbow Road is hard, and we only did 1 race. We didn't do all 3.
Oh, just one lap.
Yeah, no. 3 laps, 1 race.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And oh my gosh, we were neck and neck the entire race, and your boy won!
Hey-oh!
Yeah. That's what happens when you go up against, and I was surprised because I'm not that. Why didn't you try to use the cape in the second level of that cave?
Okay.
Can you use the cape to go over the go past the bounty thing.
Oh,
Maybe
that's really interesting.
Maybe that's something you could do.
I don't think I've ever gotten this piece of heart, so
Hmm.
yeah, let's find out.
So there's one of those bouncy, like, hit you back where you came
Oh, look at that, Patrick.
from.
That's
There you go.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten this one.
There you go. Walk right through it. Interesting. So when you're invisible, you're not affected by the bouncies.
Oh, rocks. You're still impacted by rocks.
Mm-hmm. In fact, that might be the only thing you can pass through with the magic cape. Who knows? Do you know? Tell us in the Instagram comments.
All right, so
Going into
we-
a shop, there's nothing
been
we
here
want to
before,
buy
yeah.
here. It's so
All right,
nice
so-
to have this power glove update and just be able
Yeah.
to go basically anywhere at this point. I mean,
Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna head up to Death Mountain, where I was stymied earlier, but will not be stymied this time. Oh, actually, you know what?
what?
We're gonna head to location number 6, which is the deserts, because there are
Just drop
2
us
stones
off.
here.
Duck
There
just
we go.
dropped us off. One's taking us back into the dark world. The darkest of dark worlds.
All right. Oh, so we are in what can only be described of as a very creepy swamp.
Very dark, creepy swamp. Yeah.
We got the freaky Zoras shooting things at us, but we are here for one thing and one thing only, and that is for the medallion.
Oh yeah, I was wondering what the few empty slots that we have left are.
Yeah, there's a
And
medallion
there's
here
three
in the desert.
Yeah, there's 3 medallions.
Ooh.
And the medallion is like a.
Hey, I'll tell you a profitable story if you pay me 20 rupees. How about it? Thank you. As a matter of fact, monster magic is making it rain in the swamp. If you can move the air with more force than the monsters, the rain may stop.
Oh, and he gave us some hearts back, which is very
Thanks.
nice. So,
That's real nice of you. Though.
well, we already know that we control the weather, so we could probably make the rain stop, and then that may make me trying to remember exactly where that medallion is. So, essentially, we saw the green tablet in the light world, and I just have to kind of remember, okay, where exactly is that here in the dark world? So,
These
might
the
be
desert
here.
is like a nasty swamp. There's these swamolas, which are like segmented creatures with pincers on their
Okay.
face.
all right, so it's a little south of where I just did it. It kind of, there's like an outcropping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Maybe
it
here?
doesn't look like we can actually get there yet. Maybe we're like right here.
Yeah, these swamolas are only within the swamp of evil in the dark world, and the swamp is the counterpart to the desert of mystery. Shout out to ZeldaDungeon.net. We're always
Shout out.
giving us lots of info. There's swamp worms that have larger pincers at the top of their heads. They're
That is
very
exactly
similar
how I
to the
described
land mola. And, you know, land mola, swamp mola.
All right, here we go. Let's make this weather stop right here.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so the ether medallion symbol is right here. So we spin around, we call it down, we get all these beams going around us,
So cool.
and the rain stops.
Wow. And it shakes. And this gigantic head comes out of the ground. And I'm going to assume that's another palace.
Yeah, so that's Palace 6, so we're not quite ready to go there yet. But the rain stopped at least, which makes this a
Cool.
little bit easier.
When we come back, we
All right,
won't have
so-
to do as much work.
Yeah, so...
You're still trying to get
Un-
that medallion, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I... This is obviously not the way to go about it, so we are just going to... So you walk slower, like, in the swamp.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can, like, kind of tell that. Like, it even feels kind of, like, sticky, like, on my hand as well, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, they
All
do
right,
such
well-
a good job of making the textures texturized.
Like, the tactileness of it all is pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So I love running away from the duck and, like, making him have to, like, come and get you.
Yeah, that is a fun thing. You kind of dash to the right, and the duck has to cover more ground. Love that little duck. What's up, little duck? You're the homie.
All right. So we're back in the light world. I think we want to grab just a few more items before we head over to the 5th dungeon.
Yeah, let's keep on collecting. Gotta catch 'em all. Zelda games. That's the theme song from Zelda, right?
I think
Are
so.
you going back into the light world to try to find this medallion still?
Yes, I'm going to try and remember how to get there. But
What's this guy want again?
Ugh.
Dots. Pay no attention to the average middle-aged man next to the sign. What does this guy want? This guy's just sitting next to a sign. I cannot remember.
yeah, I cannot remember either.
We'll think of it. Or we'll leave it undone like you did those 2 unlocked doors in that dungeon.
Wow, that's really stressing you out, isn't it? That is probably my hardest dungeon.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's incredible how
like,
quick you did it. It's so disorienting. And I feel like the unneeded extra doors are part of the thing that makes it disorienting.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but I think because until you get the fire rod, the Gibdos are very difficult enemies. I feel like they're the first
18
really
slices.
And they hit you, I think, at that point for like 4 or 5
And
hearts.
you got the wall masters
so
that
it's-
are just relentless. Yeah. I mean, I feel you.
Yeah, so it
I'm
just-
giving you a hard time.
Yeah, so it just comes off as like very difficult.
Yes.
Swamp of Evil entrance. Here we go. So I think we have to come from this way to get that last medallion here.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Let me know if you remember what to do with the quiet guy. I
Yeah, I
cannot.
cannot
Oh,
seem
hey.
to figure it out. Oh, look. So we come to a section that is clearly sectioned off and wants us to use our
Right.
mirror in it. And so here we go.
There we go. Now we're up top.
Sweet.
Man, those red Hylian soldiers, they spot you from like anywhere.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hold up the Master Sword, and you will get the magic of Bamos.
Wow.
So a ring of fire just erupts around us, and then it explodes everywhere, and it defeats that vulture.
Yeah.
This is the Bamos medallion. It makes the ground explode with power.
That's awesome.
Watch your magic
Get
meter.
a little harmonizing that time. 6. So
Love
press start. Let's see what we got right now.
All right,
Oh, we're gonna
just
take our duck somewhere first, apparently. All right. So we're
I'll
back
just go
home.
back home.
Okay, so right now
Okay.
we only have 2 slots left in our items.
Correct.
And I can't off the top of my head think about what they are. But we got the cape, we got another medallion, we got through a dungeon, so we got the level up on the glove, and we got our sword tempered. I think we got a couple pieces of heart.
Right.
Wow. What a run.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna grab one more thing, and it's the there's a rod that we can go get, and I'm trying to remember which rod and how you get it. Do you remember the one
I
that
do
I'm
not.
talking about? It's like the
Oh.
it's like the spiky
It
one.
makes blocks or something?
Yeah.
Huh.
Hmm.
I don't know. But I'm just as soon willing to
All right.
call it a week and think about it in the meantime.
You know what? I think I got one more search read. Let's check
Okay.
one more spot, and we'll go from there. Oh yeah, I forgot. You can't call your bird friends in the same screen your bird friend dropped you off.
You gotta move a little bit. Duck's
Yeah,
like,
you gotta-
nah,
he's like,
I'm
yo."
not going there. I've been there.
Just try a little harder. All right, let's. Oh, you know what? And I would love to remember where some bottles are, because I cannot remember where the other 2 bottles are. All right, so we just bought some magic, because some magic, medicine of magic, and because if I remember right, like it's a giant, like pain trying to get this, get the one that if it's the one I'm thinking about. Okay, so it's in Death Mountain, and we're gonna kill these rock squirrels. Get out the way, rock
Rock
squirrel.
squirrel, and turn into a rock when I hit you. Rock squirrel.
Turn into a rock when I hit you. Turn into a rock when I hit you.
Rock squirrel, and turn into a rock when I hit you. Rock squirrel.
Where in the world is Carmen? Oh, it sounded like we were going that way with the song.
You remember
I got
Linda
this.
Ellerby? Linda Ellerby did Nick News. That was a great
okay.
show. I wonder what Linda Ellerby is doing now.
Tell us in the comments
Tell us
and
on the
Instagram.
Man, so I run our Instagram, and it's kind of weird running an Instagram for an audio-only Let's Play, you know, because we don't really have much visual content. We got some really great pictures, film photos from Britta Enflo, who also lends her voice to the opening, is a Patreon subscriber.
Shout out to Britta.
And that's really cool, and I'll share those, you know, over time.
Yes.
Okay, so Ben found the place to get this. So there's a bunch of, like, basically a huge room with spikes that you have to navigate. And if you go invisible with the magic cape, then it doesn't hurt you. But if you try to do this, which I tried to do many times without the cape, it does not work at all. Oh, and you have to pick up this rock while invisible, and yes.
You got the cane of Burna. If you swing it once, a ring of light will protect you. Watch your magic. Oh, actually, it doesn't say watch your magic meter. Interesting. All right, so then under the skulls, they give you all hearts. So I think they expect you to come here and just, I think you're doing it right, Patrick. They expect you just to, like, take the DiMaggio.
Yeah.
You know what? I wonder if you can just use the magic mirror to, no.
Yeah, so you have to get back across the spikes, but you cannot do this if you don't have, you cannot pick up the rock, is the problem. Are you using the cane that you just got to do this? Sick.
Yeah. Yeah, it protects you from
Oh,
getting hit.
that's what this cane does. It's not the one that makes the blocks.
It is not the block one. I couldn't remember which one it was.
Okay,
but
cool.
Yeah, it's not the block.
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram, and, you know, I'm just following other Zelda accounts, seeing what's going on, enjoying it. There are a lot of people that make artwork about Link and Zelda being a couple.
Romantically
people
involved.
are really into it. And I just, like, I'm not sure that Link and Zelda were ever really romantically involved. I don't know. Maybe I'm like missing key elements to some of these games, but I always kind of felt like Link was a knight of Zelda, and that the Mario Peach relationship doesn't really exist in the Zelda universe as much. You know, in Link's Awakening, Marin has a crush on Link, and there's some glances here and there, but man, these people really want it to happen.
Hey, ship culture is strong, right? All right. Yeah, ship. It's when like you like shipping people. Like it's like when you want them to be in a relationship together, you ship them.
Oh, never heard of it.
Yeah. All right, so we are in dungeon number 5. It has the first floor, and then it has basements 1 through 7.
My kind of place. I'm a basement dweller myself.
I love it.
Cool.
I love it. All right, why don't we see what the little thing says right here?
Shables, the magic flames will protect you inside this icy dungeon.
And fortunately, we have the flame rod. So I think with that, we're going to call this the end of another episode of
Hyrule Podcasters.
Patrick, I hope you have a great time on your little vacation.
Thank
and,
you. Enjoy your time with the visit from Mom. Play some Zelda games.
I will. Hi, Mom. Let us know when you hear
Mom.
this. All right, everybody. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Peace. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of
Hyrule Podcasters.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Hyrule Podcasters, and on Twitter at Hyrule Podcaster.
As always, this episode was produced by Patrick, and we'd like to thank Lieutenant Headtrip for composing original music for the podcast, including our theme song.
Additionally, if you'd like to directly support us, you can head over to our Patreon page. Patreons get early access to episodes and more. Links to everything can be found in the show notes.
And be sure to rate and review us in Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you listen. Odd Conduit
Conduit Media.